Great to see you here again. My name is Luc de Custer, founder of the Custer Academy. And in this short video, I'm going to show you how to do the calculations related to earned value management in a spreadsheet that I created. You can use this spreadsheet. It provides a lot of information. Now, what we see here is the first page. And we have, when you look at the bottom, you have exercise 1 and exercise 2. So there are two different ways to do the calculations, two different exercises. But before we continue, don't forget to click on the subscribe button, click on the bell button, and every time we have a new video, YouTube will inform you about it. Let's have a look, and I see I have an error here. Click, so I change the error. We have a project here. We built 20 samples in 10 periods, let's say days or weeks. It's a period, whatever the period is. Okay, it's fixed for 20 samples in 10 periods, so it means that every period I plan to make 2 samples. The estimated cost of a sample is $2,500, so that's basically our cost estimate. We are looking at an evaluation at a certain period, and we are looking here at period 6. How many deliverables did we create in that period 6? We created 6 deliverables, and we also have the actual cost at period 6, which is $22,000. That's a given, and the budget at completion is $50,000, which is basically calculated using the formula. So we cannot change this. I have to put this in white again, so I will do that. I cannot change this. So this is calculated. I copy these numbers here because I'm using an old spreadsheet, so that's just for construction. Now what can I change? I can put here 3,500. And we will see that the numbers change. The budget at completion is changed. We evaluate at period 7. We have 6 items that we created. So we find that the earned value in this case is that we have created 6 widgets. 6 times 3,500 gives us the amount that we need. Then we go back, let's say we go back to the 6, so we have 6 here again, and 2,500. So basically these are the numbers that we can change, and only these numbers will give us already a result. Now let's go deeper in the graph, what I have. First thing, I'm drawing the S-curve, and I'm making it a little bit smaller, so you can see the entire S-curve. Well, what I do, the S-curve is basically the multiplication of the number of periods with 2 times 2,500. So I have 2 widgets. So in period 1, I expect to finish 2 widgets. So I have a cost of 5,000. And I do this here up to 20 periods. Now our project finishes at 10 periods. So what happens, this is the increase of the cost, the S-curve, it's a linear S-curve. And from period 10, we don't do anything anymore, so I have that horizontal line. I have the horizontal line there just for construction purposes, which I will use later. Now let's have a look at the numbers that we have. We have the number of deliverables which have been completed, so we have the numbers of finished deliverables. We have 6 times 2,500, which gives me $15,000. That's the earned value I created. So whenever I change the numbers above, this number will change also when I change the period. We have the S-curve that we created before, and now we can put the 3 numbers there. We have the planned value. The planned value is the value that we have in period 6. If we have a different period, it will change it automatically. We have the earned value that we have in period 6, which comes from this formula. We have 15,000. And here we have an actual cost, which is a given. And we see on the graph here, we have in fact the 3 points. We have the earned value, the actual cost, and the planned value. So this draws these different elements on the graph. And we can see that the earned value is below the present value, the planned value, and the actual cost is larger than the earned value. So we are clearly behind schedule and we are above budget. Now we have to calculate the expected time by drawing and by calculation. How do we do that? Well, we just expect that we continue with the delivery of earned or the creation of earned value, which is basically proportional to the amount that we did at period 6. So basically, we are creating in this moment 1 unit per period, and we just extend that graph and we see that we finish the total amount. We finish all the activities, all the deliverables have been finished once we reach that the budget at completion is equal to the earned value. And we see this on the graph here, which is a little bit bigger. It's a little bit difficult to manage it here on the screen. But you see, what I did is I extended this line, just saying that we create value the same way like we created before. So with the earned value, we know that the SPI is equal to 0.5, and we can say that the revised total duration is the SPI divided by 0.5, which gives us 20 periods. And this is what we did using just the linearity, the extrapolation. What we do, we know at period 6 we had $22,000 that we spent to create 15,000 of value. And we also extend this until the project is finished. And we can calculate that with a formula. You can see the formula here. So we have the different numbers that we have divided by E12, E14, J75. J75 is the amount here like this. So we continue over that period divided by D12, you can find on the top of the spreadsheet. So basically you can calculate this and you find this number. Another thing I want to show is another exercise, another way in this Excel. Here we have the elements that can be changed. Budget at completion, unfortunately, it's not true, it cannot be changed. But when I see all these elements here, the budget at completion is calculated. We find the estimated cost of a sample, the estimated cost. We evaluate the project progress at period 6. The status or number of created variables is 6. The actual cost, and this is the project manager's estimate that we're going to use later because they asked us what is the situation at period 6, and this is the situation. Now, just look here at these numbers. So when I change this to 3,500, you see that all these numbers change. When I say here 7, the PV, the planned value, changes. The EV didn't change because I didn't change anything. So let me say that I now created 8 instead of, and I see these numbers adjust automatically. Let's go back to 2,500, to 6, and 6. These were the original numbers. So now let's have a look. We're going to hide this. We do these calculations automatically. And what we see now, we have the different parameters. So whenever I change something here, I change the elements. And let me do something unhide. I will put here the EV, PV is V is, and the actual cost is. So we have those numbers here, is this, and I put there F4, so it's a fixed number. And I can put this down. So now what I just have to do, EV, and AC. Oops, that's wrong. So I bring this down and I have those. So when I hide those again, I have more views. Hide. Okay, so we have the original numbers here. So what do I see? I have the different parameters here. Schedule variance is EV minus PV, so 15 minus 30. So it's minus 15,000, and CV is this value. Now I change this here, 3,500, 7, 8, and I make it 23,000. So everything changed automatically. You see, when you put different numbers there, everything changes automatically. So let's now continue the same with the CPI. The CPI, the SPI is EV divided by PV, so 15,000 divided by 30,000. CPI is 15,000 divided by 15,000, so I make it a little bit better here. The number. Okay. So basically what I find is with all these numbers, I automatically find these results. And whenever I change, the elements here will change all the calculations. So you only have to put the values here and you find automatically all the parameters. The same thing, revised total duration. We know that the revised total duration is the duration we have 10 periods divided by 0.5. And now what we also can do, I will copy this, Command C, Command V. We can also calculate the estimate at completions. I hide them again. So I find the following parameters based on this information. I had a budget of completion. So for the estimate, the mathematical estimate at completion, we have the actual cost. Actual cost is 22, plus the amount that we still have to realize, which is the back minus the earned value, and the back is 50,000. Minus the earned value is 35,000, so we have 22,000 plus 57,000. The EAC, the estimate at completion with the CPI, is in fact equal to the back divided by the CPI. We know the CPI is 15 divided by 22. We multiply or we divide the back 50,000 by that amount, and we find this value. The CSI, it will be automatically changed also. Once we change, in fact, the numbers here, it will be calculated automatically because we already calculated the CSI. The PERT formulas, well, what we do here is the PERT formula and the 3-point formulas that we used. So here we have basically A plus 4M plus B divided by 6. The standard deviation is B minus A divided by 6. And here I look at the 80% value from the normal distribution. Now, when we look at some other elements, we are going to look at the project manager's estimate. That's the estimate that we have. And here we have the TCPI that we have. This means in this case, automatically, we use the formula of the TCPI. And that's basically everything that this spreadsheet does. You just fill out the numbers here, the green numbers, only the green numbers, the ones that don't contain any formulas, and the spreadsheet will calculate everything automatically. So basically that's all. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button, click on the bell button, and every time we have a new video, YouTube will inform you about it. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.